Good morning. Good morning. Are you excited as I am? Today is going to be an amazing day. You woke up. Anybody else excited just that you woke up? You have energy. Come on. I got a lot of things for you today, but let's say it together. Welcome to the Purpose Experience. Another day to live out my purpose and to give it 120%. Come on, come on, come on. Today is another day to live out make it personal, my purpose and to give it 120%. Good morning. Hey, Rita, how you doing? I just feel awesome. I hope you do too. By the end of yesterday, I gave it that 120 and I was tired, okay? Tired. But when you give it your all, you leave no regrets. So let's go ahead. And I found this cool quote. Be thankful for what you have. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never have enough. And that is from Oprah. So go ahead, write in the chat. Remember, those who express gratitude have more happy days. Go ahead and write in the chat what you are grateful for today. It is a new day for us to just accomplish what it is that we would have to accomplish, and I am excited. Now, let me go ahead, pull up. Hold on. Got to flip to my page. Psalm 147:3. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. And again, remember, this is your reflection that you can do. God's love is a balm to heartbreak. Just as time heals a wound of the flesh, you can have assurance knowing that God is your ultimate healer and He loves you so much. He desires your heart in a loving, intimate relationship with you, and He will never forsake you. Come on, come on. Morning, Toya. Have you ever suffered a broken heart or another painful life experience? Look, sis, I don't know about you, but this heart done been broken before, right? And I can still remember my first real heartbreak. Woo! That gospel music was on. Them prayers was on a beat. It was serious because that girl's heart was broken. And am I by myself, sis? Did you go to God during that time? How did you encounter God's comfort and love? How does this verse encourage you going forward? And again, that is Psalm 147:3. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. We just got to go to Him, y'all. We just got to go to Him. Come on, let's do it together. Our affirmations for today. Yes, yes, yes. Come on. And even though it's for women, our fellas can say it too, maybe tweak it a little bit. I am confident. I respect myself. I am not what others think of me. I define myself. I was created for greatness. Yes. I inspire others. I am a leader. People look up to me. I am growing as a person every day. I am proud of myself. I will not settle for less than I deserve, and I am good to myself. Come on now. Come on. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Why am I so excited? It's a beautiful day, y'all. So he said, I don't know if I turned on gospel music. Probably should have. Every time, sis, every time you're discouraged. Remember, though, we're not having any more bad days. We might have a bad moment, but we're picking ourselves up. Come on now. Let's go ahead to our inspiration. Now, I talked about it yesterday, and I have it. My wonderful green smoothies. Hold on, I got to shake it up. My wonderful green smoothies that I have each day. And Rita is going to put it in the chat for us, a link to where you can check it out. JJ Smith. Now look, she don't play. There's a Facebook group for it. There's YouTube you can watch. And Rita is going to post the guide that you can go check out, the website that you can download. But it's a 30-day green smoothie. She gives you the recipes, everything. And you can see the before and after results. I didn't get to put them in today, but if Rita's cool with it, I got to ask her first. I'll show you her before and after of when she did the green smoothie. It's a cleanse, but you could do it for life, right? So go ahead and check that out if you want to add that. Just for, remember, we're feeding our bodies some good stuff. And then I looked out for y'all. So, good morning, Miss Positivity. Good morning, Brenda. So, when we go to, I know I told some of y'all about trap cardio, but I found something else for y'all. You said I don't twerk. Check this out.
How y'all doing today? Yeah. Reach overhead.
No matter what you're going through, there is nothing that God can do.
Across the chest.
You just wait.
So for you guys that said, Levante, I can't really. Oh, Rita put the link for the green smoothies in the chat. So check it out. For those of you that said I don't want to twerk, Levante, but you say I could turn up to some gospel. YouTube, work hard, praise hard workout. She has a ton of videos to lead you through a workout. You can listen to your gospel, get moving. Okay, I'm gonna still keep twerking. Maybe I'll do the gospels here and there, but you guys get in where you fit in. All right, okay. Oh, Rita says she's fine with it, so I'll make sure to add those pictures in tomorrow. But again, work hard, praise hard workout, and then for my singles, I found an event happening for you. Another therapist friend of mine is putting it on. It's called One More Chance Virtual Speed Dating. Now, don't beat me up because I really just saw the flyer recently. Don't beat me up. It is tonight at 7 p.m. And you're celebrating hip hop and love. It's open to all singles 25 and up. $20 to get in. Tell a friend to tell a friend and log in and we can all be friends. Ooh, some stuff happening there now. You already know my rules about dating. But it's a virtual experience and the tickets are on Eventbrite and it's called One More Chance Virtual Speed Dating. So that's for my singles. Singles, right? If you're single, ready to mingle, have fun, get to know some new people. Even if you don't even want to date, you just want to meet some new people, go ahead. But y'all know what I say. Y'all know we done a lot of work, sis. We ain't gonna get on here because I don't know how much they vetted the people. But we ain't gonna get on here just accepting or nothing. Y'all know the standards now. Y'all know the red flags, the gut check. Don't get out there showing out now, all right? Let us go ahead and get to our topic of today. Someone wrote this in that they wanted to talk about generational curses. But I don't want to spend too much time focused on the curses part of it, kind of a negative connotation to it, but the fact that you can be the generational changer. That's right. You can be the generational changer. And when we refer to generational curses, it's those behaviors, those cycles, those repetitive behaviors and things that show up in our lives, show up in our families that don't turn out to have that good outcome for us. When the person wrote in, they talked about the poverty mindset. It can be any behavior that isn't leading to the success of your bloodline, right? So the question was, how do we change it? And to that I say, with you are going to be the generational changer because one, you are recognizing your purpose and you are deciding I'm going to be different. I'm going to change the things that I once knew. Now, the one part to remember is our families only teach us what they know, right? So it may not be malicious intent. I mean, okay, some of us do have evil people in our family, but we're just going to pray for them and hope that they do better. But the thing is that you recognize that that isn't a behavior that you want to continue to pass on. We'll get further to that in a minute. But again, if you look at even the generational wealth and how in some families it's just flourishing, it looks different. And it's all based on a knowledge base. It's all based on what has been instilled, what has been taught, what has been passed on. So for you, you're like, well, that ain't how it's showing up in my family. We just getting the boom, bang, bing that's jacking us up. And I don't want that anymore. Well, you're the generational changer. And for you recognizing this and you taking a stand and saying, I want things to be different from my family. Oh, well, it can be different because you're going to be the one to make the change. You're going to be the one to go through these steps, right? And the key thing you have to recognize is you are not bound. You don't have to stay here. This does not have to continue to be the way, the behaviors, the thought process, the mindset of your family. You're the generational changer and you can make change. Come on, share this out with somebody because we we need to hear this and we need to start making changes. All right. So when we go to what this really looks like, what we want to do is, and we learned this, I remember it was at UPenn, it was my second year, and we did a genogram, right? And it kind of looks like a family tree. But what a genogram does is point out the behaviors within the family, the things that seem to be repetitive. So let me show you an example. So here it kind of looks like a family tree. You got the grandmother. You could go as far back as you know to go. The aunts, the uncles, the brothers. You even put who people married, what the relationships are like, right? And you know, squares and circles, male, female. But then the difference in a genogram and a family tree is, now don't get too confused by this chart, but this is to exhibit the emotional relationships, the different behavioral aspects that you now add on to this chart. So you got the whole family, all the people, and then you add in what the behaviors are showing up. So maybe this person was manipulative, right? So you show that manipulation in the relationship. Come on now. You already know that shows up in families and it trickles on down as a behavior that continues. Maybe there was violence. You put that on the chart. We know if I saw this happening with my mom and dad, I'm more than likely to get into these relationships. And you're like, wait a minute, this is the stuff we talk about. Yes, it is. This is just how you chart it to fully be able to recognize how it is showing up in your family. Come on, tell me, is it making sense? Because we got to really understand this. We talk about these issues all the time. Now, but we say, yeah, I think that happened with such and such, or I think that. Now we're putting it all out there. We got to remember, we love to keep secrets. It always amazes me that people are never the sexual abusers, but I see plenty of people coming in saying, I've been sexually abused. We sweep it under the rug. We don't talk about it. If we want to be the generational changers, we gotta talk about it. We gotta acknowledge it in order to stop the cycle. Good morning, Allison. So again, what we want to do, what you can do, and I had to do this in class, chart out my whole family, and then go ahead and add in, let me show it to you again, and I already posted this in my stories today, add in the different behaviors, the different aspects and relationships by the picture of it. Look, one of them says in love, and then of course you might not be in love. We want to add in these on our family charts. Am I making sense? Let me know. Because you got to be clear. If you're going to be the generational changer, you have to be clear on what this looks like and how to change it, right? So then we go to, oh no, my screen froze up. Hold on. So then the next thing we want to look at is, if I'm going to make the change, well, first I need to go and talk to the elders about it, or find out, like ask questions. A lot of times, I know we got this, what happened in my house stays in my house, or we got this, don't be asking the family secrets and all that. But a lot of times what we have to do is find out, what's been really going on in our family. And let me tell you this, when you go and ask these questions, you got to be patient, because hurt is going to come out. There are some family secrets so deeply buried that when you bring it out, it's going to shake some things up. But if we don't shake it up and do things different, what we're going to do? We're going to pass it on to this child, to this child, to this child. You're quiet today. I must be hitting some buttons or not hitting it at all. One of the two. But I'm going to keep going. So hurt may come when you go asking these questions, but you got to work through it. I strongly recommend having a therapist, a counselor that goes with you to do this. And when you ask the questions, I got some samples. You want to kind of start wondering, were you impacted by abuse or drugs or alcohol? Like a lot of times people wonder, this is how it shows up in therapy. We'll have a client who wonders why their parent was so bad to them. And my mind automatically goes to how did their parent treat them and how did their parent treat them. Remember, because it all gets passed down. So if we're not asking these questions, because sometimes we're too afraid, we think they're going to shut down or not answer. At some point, they're going to want to share their story and be honest. My grandmother, Lord Jesus, she tells everything. Okay? She don't hold, y'all know Nana, she don't hold no bars, right? So I was able to understand certain behaviors that showed up and then see the way they changed trickling down. Or I was able to look and say, okay, so this seems to be a pattern in our family, a behavior that's not really helping us. So how can I shift my mindset? How can I do different and do better? The issue is we don't take the time to recognize it, to ask questions, to be able to make change. And we got to ask a lot of questions. One of them is, what is your relationship to money? Did anyone ever tell you they were proud of you? These are simple questions that we take for granted that we got to ask to understand how certain mindsets have come apart in our family. All right. Oh, hello. She said, keep going, right? We got to understand this in order to make change. And then the next part is going to be the impact that has on you. So when you find this stuff out, are you just going to find it out and leave it there? Or are you going to be that generational changer that we spoke of? Come on. You have to make change. You can absolutely be the change that your family needs to shift from that poverty mindset, to shift from that abuse cycle that gets pushed under the rug, to shift from any negative thing that is impacting your family and making you say, I don't fool with them, or we ain't no good as a family. We don't come together, because that's not what we want. We want cousin. We want our family with us. It's tight, but it's right. I hope y'all getting this, and I hope y'all can make a genogram. I mean, if y'all say, Vontae, she said, taking it all in. She said, if you say, Vontae, I want to understand this, I am happy to do something where we can all break it down and look at this. Because again, we can talk that big talk, but are we going to take the action to make the change? So once you kind of reflect, you investigate, you identify, then you make change. You reflect and say, all right, something ain't right in this family dynamic. You investigate, you ask the questions to the elders. You try to get that stuff, pull it from under the rug. It can cause some pain and hurt. That's why I said make sure you get a counselor, all that good stuff. You identify, put a name to it. The abuse, the violence, the generational, we don't have a wealth mindset. We have the poverty mindset. What is it that is impacting your family? And then you being the star that you are, the generational changer, you're going to make the change. You are going to say, you're going to identify it, put it out there and say, we got to do different. We got to show up different in this world, right? Have pride in your family. Have pride in your last name. And definitely to help you through it, I beg of you, this is what I do. Seek a counselor that can help you unpack it, help you to cope with it, and help you to push past it. Did that make sense, guys? I hope so. She said that diagram looks confused, to be honest. I felt like I'm a little slow sometimes. Okay, no, that makes sense. Let me just go back for 1 second. Remember, this is just, if you look at each side, it's your grandparents on your father's side, your grandparents on your mama's side. Some cases we can't go back that far, but that's okay. We're going to look at the family we can. All it is the grandparents, then their children, who are your aunt and uncle, any cousins that may have come, and then you, your siblings, and then any children you may have had. That's it. It's just a simple breakdown, and we could do it together if this is something you want to look into. And then all we do is add to this very chart the behaviors, the violence, the manipulative behaviors, the controlling behaviors, the emotional abuse, physical abuse. We just add that in to get a full, imagine this chart on top of this one. We just putting in what represents our family. The stuff we already know, we're putting the behaviors to match the people. That's it. Okay? You already know it. It's just putting it on pictures. You already know Uncle Johnny be cutting up. Uncle Johnny got an alcohol problem. You already know Aunt Tina be with all the men. You already know it, but now we're identifying it visually so that we can look at the cycles that show up in our family and make change, all right? It's the other one that is more complex, emotional. Exactly. Because it's showing those behaviors. You know what's funny? You're saying it's complex, but imagine you're carrying all that through the generations, through the bloodlines, that toxic stress that shows up in our family. You're carrying it within you. And y'all saying it look complicated on paper. Well, baby, look at us walking with it. Look at us carrying that day to day. And we got to make the shift. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So I hope that this was helpful for you guys. Don't forget now, we still doing our challenge, right? I would say I went back again because I tried something new. I didn't upload the picture. I'll make sure I show it tomorrow. I tried to do something fancy. It didn't go too well. But don't forget, 31 days of self-care. You can do a dance party. I was trying to make a healthy snack and it was a hot mess. My friends laughed at me, but I tried. Sing our favorite songs, do a kind gesture, whatever it is that can bring happiness and peace to you. I will see you guys tomorrow. Feel free to write any ideas you will have for show ideas, any topics. I love doing this, guys. Any topics you want to discuss, just let me know and we will go from there. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye. You do it all. You work late, you show up for others, and you do it all with a smile. At Levante and Dorsey and Associates, we seek to discover the stress and pain you hide behind it all. We seek to equip you with the courage to tell your story. Your initial appointment will begin with an intake assessment. We ask you questions about yourself and what brings you into therapy. Our offices are warm spaces designed to make you feel comfortable no matter what you are facing. Our goal at Levante and Dorsey and Associates is to make sure you receive the help you need to grow and to begin to live your best life. So feel free to call or text today to schedule your appointment at 302-956-9188. We're located in Newark, Delaware.